I'm going to deal with interrelationship between disaster and development. Firstly, disaster reduction and coping with disasters touch many areas of human life and society, constituting a core task for sustainable development. Over the past few years, there has been an apparent increase in the number of natural disasters, and with it, increasing losses on account of urbanization and population growth. However, it's a pure unethical understanding of relation between disasters and development, which may not give the true picture. Before we move on any further with the discussion, it may be pertinent to elucidate the meaning of two terms, that is disaster and development. Firstly, a disaster can be defined as any serious disruption in the functioning of society caused by a hazard having widespread human, material, environmental, and other losses. Development is a comprehensive social, economical, and political process that aims at the constant improvement of well-being of population and all individuals. The next aspect of this presentation is this figure which denotes the development crisis and disaster. Like we can say it as a disaster circle, which will be mentioned in the other slide, but this is the first phase of it. In this picture you can see that development on the top sides of on the top of each sides, on one side there is crisis and one side there is recovery, but the common thing here is the disaster. Before a disaster occurs, there will be a developed society, like everything will be developed, and when disaster comes it will be destructed or it will be affected. There will be a crisis will be emerging there, and afterwards they'll be trying to recover, and the next step is also the development. But the common thing here is the disaster. Then as mentioned before, this is the disaster life cycle. In this, disaster and development are interrelated both in positive and negative ways. However, if the same choices are made rationally on basis of hazard evaluation and risk assessment, there'll be on eye on like there'll be an eye on disaster prevention. The concept of disaster management cycle has emerged, which emphasizes the interconnection between, like, there are three phases in it. The three phases are response, recovery, and prevention. There is criticism on this cycle theory, I mean disaster cycle theory, where it has been criticized for oversimplifying the disaster situation. This is because even though it views the stages as integrally connected, it still visualizes them as occurring along a linear continuum at a single phase, where it apprehended disaster does not occur, where what the cycle projects. So how, what they have done is they have gone for an alternative, that is a risk management cycle, which is more appropriate to tackle inherent hazards and not just manifest disaster. And if we see the positive and negative sides of development, this is the four aspects of this. In the first thing, you can see the development can increase vulnerability, development can reduce vulnerability, disasters can set back development, disasters can provide development opportunities. uh, Firstly, disasters, like the whole relationship between disaster and development depends on development choice made by the individual. You can see here the negative realm and the positive realm, who, as the choice made by who implements the development programs. Firstly, disasters can set back development. Disasters wipe out decades of economic and social development which has taken place over a period of time. At the same time, disasters can provide development opportunities also. Disaster events often give fillip to development, especially in the period immediately following a disaster. If you see the third thing, that is a development can increase vulnerability. Yes, it can increase vulnerability. The social and economic development can increase the vulnerability of community to disaster risk. Like urban development often leads to an influx of relative low income groups. Mechanization of agriculture could be like adverse environmental consequences. These are the examples for that. And the last thing is development can reduce vulnerability. If a development can act as agent for increasing the vulnerability of community, it can also sometimes reduce the vulnerability of the people too. If you go to the next aspect, is a disaster development, like under two phases, like economic development and social development. In the economic development, there are three, in both of these developments there are three subtopics, like disaster limits development, development causes disaster risk, development reduces disaster risk. As mentioned before, uh, destruction of fixed assets and damage of transport in the economic side, and on the social side it's a destruction of health and educational infrastructure. In simple words, it can be said as economic relates to the finance and money aspects, and the social represents the individuals, communities and societies aspect, and you can go through it. And if we come to the conclusion of this topic, disaster management henceforth will be an integral aspect of public policy, because like disaster in olden days, it used to be a topic, but now it is integrated in every aspect, like every authority, every uh, sector has been combinedly jointly working for this. And we mentioned in the previous videos, like community based disaster management, all these things, it can be included in the same things also. Since disasters adversely affect progress, it has to be what they'll say, pertained and attempted to specific vulnerability limit, and we have to limit it to some up to a certain extent. Like it can be like promoting better maintenance of structure, promoting awareness of gender cultures and health issues. uh, every aspect comes under this. Thank you.